Hello, everyone, and welcome to Crystal Chat with Adam Garcia, the Crystal Grid Maker. The chat room is open, so if anyone has a question for Adam, please make sure that you just type me in a text. This is Adam's assistant, Danielle, and I'm happy to ask him any questions that people have in the chat room.
And also AKA Mom.
That's right, also AKA Mom. So Adam's going to describe a little bit about himself, so take it away, Adam.
Well, for starters, my name is Adam, the Crystal Grid Maker, and right now I'm just going to talk about the world grid, and you can still send donations and get into that, and also a special guest. So for starters, let me tell you what the world grid is. The World Grid Project is a project of where I get stones from all over the world. And yeah, you can see.
This is World Grid Central here. We've been collecting and cataloging and just making sure that we can identify everything so we know the healing properties. Adam really seems to identify with crystals more from their energy than really a name, but he's learning, and we're all learning as we go along.
I'm getting there.
So a little bit more about what the World Grid is.
World Grid is a project where I make a grid of all of these stones, and it'll send a giant beam from the whole grid up towards the atmosphere of the world. And then that's going to send signals through the ley lines of the Earth and create other smaller beams, but still big, from where the stones were mined, where they were tumbled, where they were sold, where they have been, if they've been traded a bunch, or throughout the whole world. And that's going to create a lot of beams coming out of the world. And those are all going to extend outward towards each other, and those are all going to send energy into the Earth. But no one lives in the middle of the ocean, so it's going to congeal itself down to the Earth's core, cleansing everything in the ocean and in the world, and then it's going to expand out throughout, well, they haven't really shared the information with me yet. Hopefully I'll know during that time. It's also on this Sunday, on September 21st at 1 p.m. Pacific time. You can also join online, but I don't really know that information quite yet, so Mom, you can take away that.
You can visit Adam's website, crystalgridmaker.com/worldgrid, and that will give you more information as to how you can attend in person and how you can view the webinar, the live stream online. A few questions have come in from a lot of your fans, Adam, and they want to know, first of all, do you have a crystal count so far as to how many donations you've received?
Oh boy. That's, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm not going to count them. It's
Would you
really...
say you've hit 1,000 by now?
I don't really know. I don't know if the big smoky celestial counts as 15 little stones.
No, I'd say that counts as 1. But if I had to give a conservative guess, I would say somewhere between 700 and 1,000 at least so far. And today you just received 8 different packages. So we still have a week. How long are you accepting donations till?
We're accepting them until the 20th. September 20th. No.
And if they have a donation, where should they send it to?
This is the tricky part. Adam Garcia, CO Danielle Garcia, 6935 Aliante Parkway, Suite 104. Suite 104. 108, the P.O. Box. and North Las Vegas, Nevada, 89084. And just so you can see you can kind of copy that a little bit.
Actually, that comes out backwards when you view it on the camera.
It does?
So yeah, but you can catch all that on Adam's website. It'll be just fine. Now, Adam, there's a couple of questions coming in on the chat room. This one's from Audie. Hi, Adam. I am able to channel divine healing energies to even thousands of people at a time. Someone from my group contacted you about my group channeling this energy to your grid. This is healing energy that helps humanity, and all can feel this. How should we go about coordinating this?
Coordinating it?
Yes. So is there something in particular how you want him to send the energy, or can he just, with his intention, begin sending at 1 o'clock? Does he have to be viewing it?
Try to use his crown, third eye, and heart chakra.
Okay.
I don't know why, but that's just coming to me.
Okay.
Basically, he should use those and kind of mend all the energy together and try to send healing that way. And I think that would be good.
Wonderful. And he can also contact you by email if he has further questions, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's info@crystalgridmaker.com.
The best website ever.
And there's another question. Hi, Adam. It's Angel from Costa Rica. What crystal that you have received has impressed or surprised you the most about its energy?
Okay. Well,
kind of hard to narrow that one down, isn't it?
I think I may have one stone.
Which one?
Blue smelted quartz. Can you take that out so I can show them?
Sure.
And this is I'm not trying to be mean to anyone, but pretty cool.
And what do you find, what were you really impressed about with its energy? Why don't you just hold it still so they can get a good look at it? Hold it in between your fingers and then...
That hurt.
Oh, okay, sorry.
It's really sharp at the edges, so it could send really sharp signals as well. I could do this.
Okay.
And what surprised me is I thought that it was glass at first because of how clear it was, but when I touched it, I got shocked. And it's so powerful that it can. This might be one of the. I don't know if there's going to be one keystone in the grid.
So you think there might be more than one keystone? Well, with this huge of a grid and with as big as the world is, that doesn't surprise me.
There's going to be generators in the grid too, so this could be part of a generator in the grid as well.
Wonderful.
But what surprised me is it's so powerful. I thought it was glass, and usually glass isn't powerful. But don't get me wrong, some glass is. I will say that. But basically.
And she wants to know what the name of this was again?
Blue smelted quartz.
So blue smelted quartz.
Forgot who sent that to me, but you know who you are if you're watching this.
Now, you received a pretty important package today also in the mail, didn't you?
Yes.
And who was that package from?
The one, the only, 7-year-old Aaron.
7-year-old Aaron. And what did 7-year-old Aaron, and where's Aaron from? Do you remember?
Maryland.
Maryland, right. And what did 7-year-old Aaron from Maryland send you?
He sent me an amethyst that he tumbled himself in his own crystal lab. Ooh. I wish I had one of those.
So would you like to read the letter that his mother sent?
Mm-hmm. Okay. It says, my son Aaron, 7 years old, is also a crystal lover and has been watching and enjoying your video for quite a while. He has learned, when he learned, I'm not too well at reading cursive, so bear with me. When he learned about your World Grid project, he wanted to send you this. this amethyst from his collection, along with a picture of the history and stay with the stone. I'm not too good at this.
Story. I think the history and story behind the stone.
Behind the stone. Okay. The stone. The stone found him in. Sorry.
Right here. Here, I'll finish it.
Thank you.
No problem.
Sorry, guys.
That's okay. The stone found him in raw form, and he tumbled it right here in his rock lab. We will be with you in spirit on 9/21. Love from Marilyn, the Shermans. So why don't you go ahead and show them what Aaron sent. So that's his picture in the story of what the stone told him, right?
Mm-hmm. It says the water merchants on the energy of the universe.
Very cool. I love the picture.
Mm-hmm. And I will admit, he tumbled it pretty professionally.
Wow. So it sure seems like you're not the only kid that talks to crystals, right?
Boom.
So there's a lot of other children out there that have these same abilities.
And I also want to say, if your kids are that, like, have the energy, like, don't be scared. I know my mom, I knew that you were a little freaked out. I know that you were a little.
It's kind of hard to freak me out now, but at the beginning, sure.
If they start hearing voices, don't try to, like, get them into a psychologist or something. They don't have any problems.
And do you have any advice to Aaron? And did you want to say something to him and to his parents for sending that?
Thank you for sending it to me. It is very powerful. It'll be great in one of the generators or key generators in the grid. And also, great job on tumbling that stone, Aaron. Keep up the good work. And, yeah.
So, what inspired you to come up with the idea for the world grid?
I have no clue. It just popped up in my head.
It just popped up in your head and you just decided to run with it?
Yeah, I was driving with my mom one day, and, like, we were on the freeway, and it, like, just came pop. Oh, wait a minute. Hey, Mom, I have an idea for a world grid, or a grid.
And what happened after that as you started getting all of these different stones? Well, they can't see all of that when you're doing this, so.
Sorry.
When you started getting all of these different stones, are the stones telling you where they want to be?
Not yet.
Not yet?
I can take guesses. I might be completely wrong. I might be completely correct. I might be sorta wrong and correct.
So you're just going to kind of let the energy flow that day and see how things pan out?
Yeah, I'm just gonna... Sorry. I'm just gonna let it flow with me and see how it is.
Okay, you've got a few more questions in the chat room. Audie, again, the person that channels the energy, he's saying, the divine energy I channel is God's source energy and is very powerful. Should I channel this energy to the center point of your grid? The energy will affect everyone close to the grid in a good way, though.
Sure.
So that sounds good for him to put the focus on the center?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Is he gonna be?
Well, he's far away, so he won't be here in person, but he can connect distance-wise.
With the online thing?
Mm-hmm. And here's one from Lyona T. Hi, Adam and Danielle from Canada. I am new to crystals, and I don't know a lot about them. How can I learn about their frequencies, how to choose them, how to heal with them if I can't hear? So if she can't hear what they're saying, how can she figure out which ones are good for her or which ones are good for different things?
First, like, if you can see the energy, that would also help. But if you can't do that, just try to, like, they're telling me, close your eyes, pick a stone, and that would just be the one that wants to be with you.
So should she try to sense as she's closing her eyes and just allow her other senses to come through?
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Okay. And so far as figuring out like which stones are good for different purposes, what do you suggest for that?
For healing, I'd recommend for you Sunjite.
You mean shungite?
Shungite. I cannot pronounce it correctly.
So you're saying for her personally shungite. Here, I've got it right here.
We got a bunch of Sunjite today. Sunjite. It's formed a little differently than most rocks. It's formed from organic material. But I'm not going to go too far into that.
And why do you think shungite would be good for Leona?
Because it connects to the elements very well, and it feels like plants would be great for healing you. I don't know why. Don't go eating plants, but yeah, it's connected to the elements, so it would be really good for that.
So do you think if she were to get some shungite, do you think that would help her to open up to receive the frequencies from other stones easier?
Partially. Sometimes.
Okay.
And also, for stress, the best stone in my opinion, the one, the only, kyanite. My favorite stone. And she goes over to get, sorry, gonna give you a workout. Kyanite is good for relieving stress and negativity. It never has to be cleared, and it will never ever pick up any negativity. One reason why I love it.
So if she wants to work on her skills on figuring out, if she's in front of, a bowl full of stones or a store full of stones, and let's say she's got a headache, and she wants to figure out, well, which one of these is going to be the best one for my headache? Should she just close her eyes and try to sense and feel and go with that? Or should she just try to go with whatever one she's drawn to for that particular?
Whichever one she's drawn to.
Okay. I
always say, like, by the feeling and not, like, by studying it. But I will admit, sometimes I do try to study stones just to find out the properties a little bit.
Nice.
We'll admit it.
All right.
You can take me in.
And here's a question from Angel. What would you suggest to parents that they say to their children that sense this energy like you do, Adam? So how can these parents help their children?
Give them a stone. You can do that. You can also, just calm them down, because usually people with senses like this can get really frightened and really scared easily, because some of them can hear stone's energy and they think they're hearing voices, which can freak them out. So I'd say just try to be calm with them. Say everything's okay and not trying to be worried.
And if the parents don't understand this stuff, like let's say the parent isn't sensitive or they don't have a knowledge base about things like crystals or being an empath or a sensitive, what can the parents do to find out more information, or how can the parents support their children?
I could say you could go to my website.
They could also probably look for other people that could support them, or maybe look at books or go on the internet, do some research, because there's actually a lot of different kids groups out there now. I'd love to say you're the only one in the world that has these abilities. You are definitely the only Adam my only atom.
Well, I'm definitely the only person that's collecting stones from all over the world to create a big grid.
Well, that's true. That's true, and you're going to do a lot of good with that, and a lot of healing for the world.
And by the way, sneak peek, I'm doing 4 more of these kind of projects.
Wow, 4 more, huh?
Each year.
Wow. Well, maybe you'll enlighten me on some of that.
Some of them are not going to be involved with crystals, though. I can see some of them are going to be fundraisers.
Interesting. Now, people have been asking to buy crystals from you. And
guess what?
What special thing are you working with the crystals now to get them prepared before your store goes live?
Can I show them? They're right there.
Well, you don't have to show them all the crystals, honey. That's really big. That's like 100 pounds of crystals there. But what are you doing with them? What frequencies are you putting in the crystals that are going to make yours pretty unique?
First, I'm going to clear them, but you may clear them when you get home because they might have picked up a little bit in activity. I'm also going to put sound healing in them because crystals can hold recordings of different vibrations, and sound healing can have those vibrations.
And what types of sound healing or what types of frequencies for what different ailments, if you will?
Ailments?
Or like what kind of types of sound healing are you going to have? Are you going to have sound healing for stress? Are you going to have sound healing for curing your eyesight? Are you going to have sound healing embedded in
just to charge? Well, I don't really know. I'm not too good at sound healing.
But you're definitely learning.
I'm getting there. I'm working on it.
And what drew you to want to embed the frequencies in the crystals? Was that just something that sounded good? Did the crystals tell you that? Did your guides tell you that?
Oh, both.
Both?
The crystals and the guides tell me that.
And how is it for you when you build a grid? Do you see the vision of the grid as you get ready to build it? Does it kind of just unfold as the grid goes along? Are the crystals talking to you? Are your guides talking to you? How does that work?
Occasionally now, I used to do it all the time, it pops as puzzle pieces and I puzzle them together. But now I feel it and it just leads me towards where every crystal goes. And yes, I will admit that I have to use my own senses to think, oh wait a minute, this isn't symmetrical. Or if it doesn't want to be symmetrical, then it can be someone else, but it wants to be symmetrical, usually. So then I have to use sometimes my mind to actually get symmetrical, but I also have to listen to the crystals to see if they want to go there.
And when the crystals are talking to you, like what did they say? Did they say, oh, put me here, or put me there, or I want to be next to this one, or I have to be, does the keystone announce to you, I am the keystone? How does that work?
I am your
Put your hands down, I can't see your face.
Sorry. I'd say they're all very eager. Some people take stones way too seriously. They're basically just like people. They get sad, they get funny, they get angry. Usually not too fun when it's angry. But they each have their own, like, pick me, pick me, pick me, put me there, put me there, put me there. And, like, it just usually comes to me of where they want to go. And I'm sorry I looked over there. It's just my dog popped up on the windowsill looking at me.
Yeah, she gets pretty excited about all the crystals too, doesn't she?
Mm-hmm.
Well, are there any other things that you want to mention about the World Grid?
Did I say that we're allowed to send donations up till The 20th?
Yes, up until the 20th, and it will be at 1 p.m. Pacific time.
On the 21st.
On the 21st. And
Sunday.
Oh, we've got one last question coming in.
Ooh, the question.
Karen from Victoria. When you do your stone of the day, you put the crystal on your third eye. Is there a reason for that?
Well, yes. My third eye, in my opinion, is my strongest chakra. Sorry.
That's okay.
Chakra. And it's just different for me because it's my strongest chakra, and I really like how it feels because whenever I put it on my third eye, it kind of tickles. I will say that.
And Audie, how long should he channel the God's energy for? How long will this go on for? Thank you for doing what you are doing. I can answer that one for you. The World Grid event itself, we've blocked out an hour for. The activation will start at 1 o'clock. Adam will actually start building the grid about 9 a.m. that morning, 9 a.m. Pacific time. He will have 3 other crystal healers helping him. They will not place stones in the grid, but they will actually, Adam's going to kind of act like a foreman and tell him, and tell him, bring me this one, bring me that one, and so on and so forth. So what time would you like him to tap in and start sending energy? After the activation or while you're actually building the grid?
While I'm building the grid. But
Okay.
You don't have to keep it going forever.
Okay. So starting at somewhere between 9 a.m. and 1 p.m. Okay, sounds good.
Just anytime. Because I don't want to pressure you, like, keeping it up the whole time, because I know that can sometimes be a little bit stressful and kind of hurting, so.
Okay, and thanks everybody for telling me good job. I love supporting Adam, and I'm very happy and honored to do that. One last question. And Angel is also thanking you, Adam, saying you're very insightful, looking forward to the 21st. And the very last question we'll take, because our time's running out. Leona is asking, I sometimes wear crystal bracelets, jade, or rose quartz. How should I store them when they aren't being worn? So where should she place them? Should she put them in something?
Well, if you have a lot of them, well, you could get one of these. You could get one of these and, like,
I think she's talking more about to keep the energy up. It only sounds like she's got 2 of them.
Oops. Well, for those of you who have a lot of crystal bracelets, you can listen to that information. But if you only have 2 and they're not being worn, you can surround them by crystals. You could put them in a grid. Or you could just say keep your energy flowing, because their energy will always flow.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Adam, and thank you everyone who's joined us this evening, or if you're watching the replay, thanks again. One more time, Adam, what's your website?
www.crystalgridmaker.com.
And when is the World Grid?
Sunday, September 21st at 1 p.m. Pacific time on fall equinox.
Wonderful.
And also, you are getting a promotion to be my manager.
Oh, nice.
You've all witnessed that.
I'm getting promoted. Wow, I hope I get a name badge and a pay raise with that.
Nope. Nope. You're employee of the month.
Awesome. Awesome. I'm the only employee.
No, there's Dad.
Well, okay. He can be the assistant manager. All right.
Thank you for tuning in and watching. Hope you are there for the World Grid, and if you're not, you can join us online. Bye.